So welcome back to the channel. I'm Mitchell, Greg, you're watching GB Productions. This week on the channel we're scrapping out this 2005 Dodge Grand Caravan. So you might ask, why are we featuring a random vehicle on the channel? Well, this is the first car I ever drove. When I first got my G1 license, I drove this thing home from the license center. And then later that year it got parked and never drove again. It was used for the last 5 years to store my dad's tools. But with scrap value through the roof, as we learned with the BMW earlier, or late last year, we decided we're taking this thing to scrap. So now that it's spring, we're gonna do that. We didn't have the foresight to remove the brakes when it was parked, and the transmission also seized somewhere between reverse and neutral gear. So on Greg's trailer over here, there's a winch. And have we shown winching on the channel before? Probably not. Anyway, so we're gonna winch this thing onto there because as far as I'm aware, the engine's seized. It might not be seized, but
either way we don't want it.
There's no gas in it, and gas.
That's another whole problem.
So we're just gonna pull it on through all the rust, remove the wheels.
Hopefully we don't leave the axles behind.
Yeah, remove the wheels, remove the catalytic converter, and we'll be taking it to good old Scone. So of course we won't be able to film that part, but yeah, without further ado, let's get on it. Alright, so now that we've got this thing winched up on the trailer, which went smoother than I expected it to. It was, in fact, a neutral, I guess.
Some form of neutral.
So now the next step is to remove the wheels. And like you guys would have saw in the airbag install in the Silverado, the jack we're going to use is not very good. It's very old. So we have to jack up the car, take the wheels off, and put 4 blocks underneath. And then after that, the fun of removing the catalytic converter will ensue after that. And we probably won't show that in anything more than a time lapse, because we have a video where we show you how to do that when you're taking a car to scrap.
That and trying to film bright, dark underneath, not going to work too well.
So we will again set up a time lapse here in a second and start taking the wheels off. So before we move on to cutting the cat off here in a few minutes, we thought we'd show you what we found here on this this brake rotor on the front left of the car. Is it focused? Yep. So the rotor here has split in two.
You don't see that very often.
I've never seen that before.
Probably never will again.
He's never seen that before. What a car.
We didn't even beat on that one or anything.
So, just for the sake of documentation, we're going to locate the catalytic converter and then show you guys. And then we'll set up a camera somewhere to just time lapse us while we chop it off. As we've said in previous videos, don't take your cat off just for the hell of it. That's illegal. But if you're scrapping your car and you want to remove your cat, there's good reason to do that. They make a fair bit in scrap value, which is why there's so many cat thieves.
Yeah, you can get get money for the cat by itself, but if you just leave it on the car, they'll just ignore it, and then they'll take it off later and make that money from it.
So you can make, depends on the size of the cat, but you can make anywhere from around $100 to,
well, some of them are $1,000. That Villager van was $460 they got for that one.
Also a third party aftermarket catalytic converter, you generally get like nothing.
Yeah, they're only like 30 or $35 if it's not original. The BMW ones we got 136 each, I think.
Yes, which was lower than we expected.
I was thinking like 300 each.
And not worth the work we put in to take those off.
4 hours of dicking around to try and get the cat.
We had to use a torch to get that off.
Yeah.
We had to drop the engine.
Just rip the car in half so we could access them, but that would have been more amusing for footage. Put a tractor on one side and a truck on the other side and just spread it so you could get to it.
We didn't film that because
it was ridiculous.
I don't know why we didn't film that. We should have filmed that.
How are you going to film me under there this far away with a torch trying to blow holes through the exhaust?
GoPro.
Head mount GoPro.
We can sacrifice your old one so you can get a new one.
Nice.
It's 4K.
Nice.
Anyway, so yeah, we'll locate the cat, show you guys where it is. Okay, so we found the cat, and they put it in a good spot to prevent thievery, apparently. But
it's not as bad as the BMW, but it's not as easy as the Villager.
So the bottom part is trivial to get to, but the top part we might have to come way over here to the back of the.
Is there space up there?
Exhaust manifold.
Did you say you have a Sawzall?
We do have a Sawzall.
We could also use the Sawzall to cut this out, if that helps with access.
The key will be getting in there above the transaxle.
The other option is to try and undo the bolts, but I don't even know how you get a hold of them. They're just going to break, which is fine, but you got to get on them. Up there is the flange, and I think there's only, maybe there's 4. Then we gotta cut the O2 sensor wire too.
Anyway, so I'm gonna go find my dad's Sawzall, and we're gonna try to see what we can do with this. Probably won't be very fun. When is it ever fun? When is anything ever easy?
When is it ever fun when you're working upside down?
Stay tuned. So we've got the catalytic converter off, and the last thing we're going to do here is strap it down, and then it is ready to go to its final grave, the scrapyard. So there you have it. This thing is all ready to go to the scrapyard. These vans are starting to become a little more rare on the roads today, just because over time they rot like this one did, and people just moved on to the next generation one, which we did a review on last year, which is a better van in all aspects, especially after 2010 when they moved to the Pentastar engine. More power, more reliable, not this early 90s design engine that this one has. Better suspension instead of a solid rear axle, it has a twist beam, which makes it sportier for a van. But anyway, we hope you liked this little video, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Drop that like button,
Subscribe, leave a comment if you have anything to say about any of what happened today or anything else,
and visit our website gbproductions.ca. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.
Peace.
Bye. That was a horrible intro.